visit friends. Just the other day I went to my friend Binky's house. Yeah, but I didn't make it there. I was starving, so I stopped at this diner in my corner for something to eat, and I picked up a newspaper so I'd have something to do. Well, sitting there in my booth, reading my paper, when the waiter comes over and he asks if I'm alone. Well, it's obvious that I'm alone. Right? I mean, I'm sitting there in a booth by myself. What? Did you think I had an imaginary friend with me? I was alone. Did he have to rub it in? Was he trying to be funny? Did he think he was somehow better than me? It was in his tone. I mean, he said, "Are you alone?" But what he meant to say was, "You're alone, aren't you?" You know, I can't imagine that he's not alone every miserable day of his pathetic life. He has terrible skin. And it's not attractive. Not the way bad skin or the remnants of bad skin is attractive on some people. On some men. It's never attractive on women. Have you noticed that? I mean, if I have bad skin, I'm grotesque. But let a man have bad skin and he's Richard Burton, for God's sakes. I hate being a woman. I'm straight. The point is, he has terrible skin and greasy hair, and his breath smells of something dead, and he's insulting me with his breath and his tone of voice, and he's asking me if I'm alone. I just want to rip his head off. I just want to grab onto his hair, except I probably wouldn't even get a decent grip, because it looks like it hasn't been washed in a decade. I just want to pick up my butter knife, and I just want to stab it into his sunken cape and chest. But instead, I replied, "No, I'm married, thank you." I realized that was illogical. I realized it was inappropriate. By the time it was all I could think to say, well, he just leans back. And really, in the most supercilious tone of voice, he says, "I meant, are you eating alone?" I knew what he meant. I knew what he meant. I don't know why I said what I said. I just said it. Makes me sick. I hope he dies. So then I shouted, "I knew what you meant!" I don't like shouting. I am not a person who shouts normally. I mean, it hurts to shout, and it hurts to be shouted at. My mother used to always shout, and I always thought that those veins in the side of her neck looked like the roots of a tree. But I shouted. Everyone was staring at me, because I was standing. I don't remember standing. I mean, it must have happened when I shouted. And then I realized all those people staring at me, gawking, were my neighbors. Yeah. Those were the very same people who saw Ford and I have sex that first night we met. I was so humiliated. I thought I would die. I thought I was going to be sick right there. Puking, standing at my table. Then every time those people saw me, they would say, "Oh, there goes that woman. We've seen her have sex. And we've seen her vomit." I would just like whatever energy I have, just maintain my dignity.